Who knew life with Erling Haaland would be this good? 32 points, and honestly I'm already feeling ecstatic. Green arrows all through, but there's something about my game week that I wish didn't happen, and I'll get you through that as the video goes on. I'll also be telling you about my transfer plans for game week 7 and also a wildcard team I feel you should be considering. If you're new around here and you like what you've seen and excited for what you're about to see, please like, subscribe, and let's get straight into this video. So I finished game week 6 with 59 points on a wildcard. It could have honestly been better. I got Gabriel on the bench. Still hurts for that. For some reason, I don't know why. I know why, but he was on my bench. Erling Haaland with 32 points, Semenyo with 7 points, Senesi with 7 points. Every other player was actually very disappointing. Reinders expected more from him. Donnarumma, I just didn't expect City to concede because that was the whole point. Now it's looking like I should have just went ahead for Raya. At least that's like a sure bet into the Arsenal defense, and Raya is always going to start. Might still do that, but let's see how it goes. The Tottenham boys, I thought like I was too greedy. I thought like Wolves were going to just be weak, you know, like, and Tottenham were going to move all over them and at least Tottenham would get a clean sheet. But it wasn't to be. But the whole point is still to use my bench boost in game week 7. Drewsby Hall right now is currently flagged and will not be participating in game week 7. I just need to know if Romero is fit, because for the Tottenham Champions League game during the week, Romero was not part of that team, and Thomas Frank actually said it was because he had some issues, and I want to just be sure that he's totally fit and fine to play for game week 7. Maybe on Friday we'll find out. If he's not fit to play, I'm probably not still going to use my bench boost, but I'm going to actually take out Drewsby Hall for Xhaka or maybe even Ghana, like in the Everton side. I just want to get that bench boost out of the way so that I can focus on the team before game week 16 when the African Cup of Nations come in, and we have 5 subs to move around players because some players will be going for the African Cup of Nations. But right now, this is how my team is rocking. Bruno Fernandes, if I'm going to speak about Bruno Fernandes, I really don't know what to say. I am just disappointed, first of all. Secondly, I brought him in because he's on penalties and he's the only Man United player I can bring in. I'm a Man United fan, so it was double for me. He wasn't in my original wildcard team that I put out for last week, which is crazy. That's why sometimes when you actually put out a team, don't overthink it. But I was trying to make best possible, you know, like strategy and whatnot, and so far so good. It's not horrible, because in this game week I'm most likely not going to make any transfers except the Drewsby Hall one, and that's because of my bench boost. But yeah, I'll be keeping Bruno Fernandes for Sunderland for sure, and I'll just hope for the best from there on out. So let's get into how my team is going to be looking for game week 7, and also let's get into that wildcard team I think you should consider if you haven't used your wildcard for game week 7. So before I show you how my team will be setting up for game week 7, I just wanted to walk you through that wildcard team I feel you should be considering. So this wildcard team includes Raya, Dan Burns, Senesi, Gabriel, that's a strong backline, Reinders, Sa, Fernandes, Semenyo, that's a strong midfield. Let's not forget Fernandes actually faces Sunderland at home in game week 7. I am not selling Fernandes as well, so I feel he's a strong pick. João Pedro, Gyökeres, and Haaland. So Haaland is a possible triple captain again. So for example, if you wildcarded in game week 6 and because of that you couldn't use your triple captainship, I might triple captain Haaland, because Brentford apparently are the 4th weakest defense in the league, and Erling Haaland just scored a brace again in the Champions League. For some reason that guy can't just keep scoring, and I think this is the best time to capitalize on that. But as regards with other players, we have that backline is really tantalizing, because Arsenal's fixtures from here on out, at least for the next 6 game weeks, are pretty good. You could say Palace amongst them is shaky, but Arsenal will at least get a draw, probably a clean sheet, which will be fine for Crystal Palace because they'll still remain unbeaten. Dan Burn plays Forest. I feel that's a good fixture too. Senesi, he's been a DEFCON beast, and against Fulham at home, I feel he would continue to be a DEFCON beast. I love Ismail Assar. The only thing I'll be doing something different with my team. Stick around to find out. And yeah, this is a very good team. The only thing I wouldn't probably do on a wildcard with this team is Gyökeres, because I personally am not convinced. Even the bench is actually not bad. Alderete, Richards, Anthony, and Dubravka. That's a good bench boost right there, to be very honest with you. But this is a good team I just wanted to share with you guys. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, still let me know. But let's go straight into how my own team will be lining up for game week 7. So this is how my team will be lining up. Gabriel definitely starting, and I will most likely be using my bench boost, like I said earlier, if Romero is fit to play, and I'll be swapping Drewsby Hall for Xhaka. Actually, yeah, I've made up my mind is Xhaka. Other thing why it's going to have to be Xhaka is because I need to do a direct swap to another 5.5 million player, you know, and Xhaka is the only, well, he's not the only one, but he's the only option I would personally want to consider, especially for game week 7. After that, I would most likely be downgrading Bruno because there's some other picks I feel like I want to talk about. Basically, the main one is Ismail Assar. He's always been brilliant. As soon as he was cleared like to play football again, I was actually ecstatic, but I just didn't know how to fit him into my wildcard team, if I'm being honest. The other player I'm actually thinking about is Doku. Doku is actually an exciting one because everyone's picking Reinders because of the price point and the fact that he's nailed on under Pep system, which is phenomenal. Doku is not, and Doku seems more explosive. So it's really up to how I want to set things up. I'll talk about that more after game week 7 is done. But for now, just to pick your brain up, to pick my brain, if I'm going to be doing that, that means Donnarumma has to leave. And you know, I already put myself in a fix because I should have just gone with Raya. But as for now, it's still okay because my plan is to actually just use the bench boost. But one thing I do want to say is we are not experts. We're just reading the game like you are and looking at stats as well. The only difference is I probably just wanted to have a YouTube channel on FPL, something I'm pretty sure you can do as well. But one thing I would always say is trust your process. Don't think about it too much like I did, and just make sure that you trust the players that you have in your team. Pick players that you want to own. Don't fuss over it, you know. It's FPL. You will get results. In one of my seasons, in game week 8 or 10, I still remembering being in a rank I wasn't happy with. I still finished above the top 300k in FPL. So there you have it, guys. Don't think about it too much. Enjoy yourself, you know, and try to follow the teams I actually laid out. That wildcard team is pretty good too. There's some key players you probably just want to have. You want to have Arsenal defense. Arsenal players, just triple up on Arsenal players, and be wary that game week 8 Liverpool play Manchester United and Mo Salah is known to kill that fixture. So just have that in mind. I might be doing a free hit for that fixture because I don't have Salah. I don't believe in having Haaland and Salah. I feel like you shortchange yourself of some quality assets you should be having because Salah is really not looking like that guy he's always been. I know as soon as he sees Manchester United, it's a different story. But thank you guys for watching this far. Like and subscribe. I have channels on Instagram, TikTok, Faye Talks FPL. You can catch me on there, and we will be seeing each other on the next one. Peace out, guys.